This is our second attempt at doing this. Hopefully, it goes better this time. And I was just trying to make sure that the chat worked. I'm certain there's nobody here, but if anyone comes here, I want the chat to work, you know? Oh my goodness. Is that seriously? Okay, no, it's fine. Oh.
What happened?
I have to go through to the new one to actually get the chat. I have to pop out the chat to actually, so that people can like use it.
Are we still recording?
Yeah, we're still live.
All right. I get introduce me.
Yes, I will in a moment. Oh my goodness, why does OBS keep coming over here? Oh, there it goes.
Maybe it just likes it better, likes them big.
You can see it on the screen. Chat is there. Does chat never vanish in the current, like how I have it set up right now? It's very possible that chat never vanishes.
I don't know any of this stuff.
Don't worry about it. Actually, give me a moment. Don't worry about it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't even consider that. I gotta turn up the volume because we're like not right in front of the mic, so we're all a bit quieter since we're like at a distance from it. All right, cool. Yeah. The messages just never go away. That makes sense. That would be an issue. But I can easily fix that. Do not. I really was hoping the chat wouldn't appear over there, but it did.
All right.
Whoop. Chat was emptied. Should be good. It's just resetting. Okay, test. That worked. Test. That worked.
All right.
Both are me. Now, will they vanish?
I don't know.
Ah, there we go. They're gone. Okay, cool. Sweet.
I couldn't tell if that was a good thing or a bad thing.
No, that's a good thing. That's kind of like the whole like goal, you know?
All right.
Okay, sweet. Sorry for that the quality is not super great.
We're working with what we got.
Yeah, which is a pretty like mediocre camera that came with the computer. Anyway, are we gonna use our real names or what? Like,
I'd rather go online names.
Really? It's gonna be weird calling you what? Luigi GX? Just GX?
Yeah, just GX.
Then you calling me Redekai? I'm gonna call you your real name by accident. But all right, if that's what you want to go with, that's what you want to go with.
It's gonna be hard for them to understand though or pronounce it, but whatever.
What is that? Why you don't want to go with your real name?
Yeah.
Just Gamaliel, you know. There's been weirder names out there. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's go into.
I don't want to do. Yeah, but I don't want to deal with it.
Sure, I'll just call you GX. It's fine. Anyway, we'll go into. This is so scuffed. All right. Hello, welcome to the stream. My name is Redekai, and this is my brother, Luigi GX. We'll be calling him just GX.
For short.
Exactly. So, why are we looking at a blank screen? Great question that no one asked. I gotta stop referencing the fact no one's here.
I'm here.
You know what? You're right. You are here. Why are we looking at a blank screen? Because this is our Google Doc for the game Mighty Grandpa, which me and my brother are going to be working on. I'm going to be the game designer, the one who essentially programs it, makes it in Unreal, which, by the way, is the engine we're going to be using. And he is going to be in charge of art.
True.
So right now we're just doing conceptualization. We've talked about the game. We have like a rough idea of what it is, but now we're going to put things on paper, talk about what exactly we're going to be doing. For example, what engine?
You said Unreal.
I'm using Unreal Engine 5.
All right.
We'll be putting in like questions. What type of game? Answers is relatively simple. It is a 2D platformer, right?
Mm-hmm.
A 2D platformer. But what else? Like anything's other... We're just going to throw ideas at the wall. If anyone arrives in the chat and they want to also throw ideas at the wall.
Quick warning, in case you couldn't tell by my my silence, I have not been on YouTube or this is my first time doing this in a while.
Yeah.
So
fair enough.
Please forgive me that I may or may not be silent throughout this whole stream.
No, you're not going to be silent because you have to talk. we can't share ideas if you don't talk.
That's fair.
Let's just make this nicer. What type of game is it? So it's a 2D platformer.
Yeah, inspired by the likes of Wario Land, Pizza Tower, and a little bit of Donkey Kong and Mario in the mix.
Pizza Tower. Is Pizza Tower... What type of game is Pizza Tower? Exactly. Obviously, I've heard of it and I know of it, but, like, what kind of game is it?
I know it's a 2D platformer that also had some beat 'em up elements in it.
It's an arcade game? Oh my god, wait, there's, like, a whole online thing? What? Oh, the pre-alpha experience. I'm like, huh? What? I thought you had to buy this game. Okay, cool. So, okay.
Yeah.
It's an adventure game. Arcade, battle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So is this going to be an adventure game?
Yeah, pretty much.
What does an adventure game mean?
I just figured there's like a beginning and end.
A story driven by exploration and or puzzle solving. Are we going to have puzzles in the game?
No, I didn't quite thought of that.
Adventure. No puzzles. I mean, we'll likely have some minor puzzles.
Yeah.
Although, will they be puzzles or will they just be like sections where you require certain mechanics to do what you need to do?
Yeah, most likely that. The second option.
Okay. It's not a Metrovania, right?
Nope. Just a simple platformer action game.
Yeah, okay. Not Metrovania. No backtracking. Right?
Nope. Well,
as in nope, yes? No backtracking, or nope as in no backtracking?
that one I'm not quite sure. I mean, I did thought up some levels, although I think that's more for replayability rather than backtracking. Never mind. I think that's more replay.
Okay. We'll get into that actually in a moment. Mechanics. Oh my goodness.
Any wrestling fans right here?
Everyone's gonna see how bad I am at spelling. Oh my goodness. Wrestling fans, right? Because Mighty Grandpa. Yeah, sure. I guess we'll go through that. story. Yeah, I'll put that in the story. So, wrestling. That's the Mighty Grandpa,
Yeah.
our titular character. You've heard us say it. You see it at the top left.
Real name Eugene Armstrong, but
Eugene.
was later called Mighty Grandpa by one of the referees. Mostly as a homage to that Spider-Man movie when he wanted to be called Man Spider, but the referee called him Spider-Man instead.
Yeah.
Think of like that, but with a 7-year-old man.
I mean, that's not that weird.
Yeah.
GX. I'm just gonna call you G, to be honest. Occasionally GX.
The character?
You.
Oh. I thought you said you could call him Eugene sometimes.
No. So Mighty Grandpa Eugene Armstrong.
Yeah.
He's the protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the protagonists, the primary protagonist, I would say.
Yeah.
Because, as I put mechanics, we also are planning to have multiple playable characters.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
But it's specifically you unlock them after you beat the game. So, your first run you play only with Mighty Grandpa.
Second, you get to play as his grandkids, which I tried to mention earlier, are the ones that got kidnapped and you're trying to save.
They don't even know what you're talking about because we're jumping back and forth.
Yeah.
They don't have any idea what the story is.
Yeah, I tried to say that, but then you got into the rest of the stuff.
That's the whole thing about conceptualization. It's important to just get ideas out before anyone forgets anything. My grandpa's grandkids get kidnapped.
Matt and Patty. And it's up to Grandpa to save them. Get to the mysterious note / invitation to a star-shaped island, and has to challenge all these famous fighters to save them.
I didn't know it, so I'm guessing that's the whole idea. Essentially, a pretty simple game plan.
Mm-hmm.
But this is our first game that we are making, so simple is fine.
We'll put in the details later.
No. The details are yes, the details are for later, but the big strokes are supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Finds a letter. What is it saying? That I took your kids, come to the island to get them back?
It's from an old enemy.
But what does the letter say? Come on. Why does it bring them over?
I honestly did not think of that.
Okay. Finds a letter that brings him to
Superstar Island.
Sure. To Super Island. I thought the fact that his grandkids got kidnapped and that he gets a letter were related, but it sounds like they were. Was that not planned?
I don't know what.
Okay. Interesting. So you got the sequence of events, the details not. Got it. Cool.
Yeah, honestly, it's mostly just gonna be moments that I thought of, but I thought were really cool. But the problem is trying to figure out how they get to those moments.
I mean, that's fun.
Yeah.
Most of it's gonna be platformers with platforming, and then you get to the actual doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That brings you to Superstar Island, where he has to fight. famous
Yeah.
wrestlers. In-game wrestlers, of course, not real wrestlers.
Yeah, I don't. I highly doubt we can get the rights to characters like, to people like John Cena or.
Okay, I think characters is correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
they would be impossible. We couldn't afford it in a million years. As fighting game wrestlers to get.
Or maybe we will. WWE has done some weirder stuff in the past.
Maybe. To get his grandkids back. Okay, so this is the essential story. Mighty Grandpa Eugene Armstrong. His grandkids get kidnapped. He has to go save them. To save him, he goes to an island called Superstar Island, where he has to fight wrestlers to save his grandkids. Simple.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple playable character. I should change this. Unlockable
Characters.
Yeah, unlockable characters.
You get to play as. After the game.
After beating the game.
Right. Yeah, that being the grandkids themselves, Matt and Patty,
And the parents?
yeah, the parents.
Only problem is that. Okay, well, first we'll go through the mechanics. So, each playable character plays differently.
Mm-hmm.
Ideas for Matt. Is it Matt with 2 T's or Matt with 1 T?
2 T's.
Okay. Good to know. That makes sense because it's Patty and Matt and Patty.
Mm-hmm.
Matt and Patty.
Replace those. Take away the two of their letters, and you get Matt Pat.
Cool. But that's just a theory.
Game theory, isn't it?
Yeah, that threw me off entirely. What was I even saying? Right, Matt and Patty. The way that they play is essentially what that they can help each other go up to places. You can leave.
I forgot what that mechanic was like in Knuckles Chaotix, where you have 2 characters tied together or something, and you play both of them at the same time.
I have no idea what you're referring to, like even in the slightest. I was gonna say, like Fireboy and Water Girl, where you can independently control them.
No, not really like that.
No, that's like an idea I'm saying for how they can work.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, that's not how I really thought of them at all.
Okay, that's fine. Like, how did you think of them? Because I have no idea what you're describing.
Honestly, the best way I can think of is pre-Smash Ultimate / Wii U Zelda and Sheik, where you can just like switch between each character.
Okay, that's an option.
Yeah, each have their own advantages and disadvantages.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If my grammar was so bad, it couldn't even like figure out what I'm. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Idea. Can independently move them. Maybe leave one. Like you can leave one behind to like hold a button. You know.
Yeah. I still see your idea working though.
We're just throwing out ideas right now.
I know.
And your idea was switch between them?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that brings up another question. What are the different things they can do? What can Matt do and that Patty can, and then Patty can do that Matt can't?
Matt is Patty's older brother and the faster of the two. Patty, on the other hand, can float. Matt can hit stuff with his baseball bat. Patty has.
Okay. So far you've only told me two things. Patty can float.
Mm-hmm.
Matt can hit things.
And Patty can protect herself with winter plush.
Honestly, it sounds like you're just describing a fighting game character, and I'm trying to think of how that would work in like the context of the game we want to make, like as a platformer. Because combat isn't going to be the primary way of like getting to stuff. It's platforming, and the idea that we had before was, these characters can like take different paths from one another.
Mm-hmm. You could definitely use Matt's baseball bat as kind of like that parry move from Cuphead.
I don't know about that. We'll see about that. I gotta code that.
Or maybe I'm thinking of something else.
No, you probably are thinking of exactly what you said. I just got to think of how to do that. I probably shouldn't be too difficult, I say. But the thing about programmers is they say a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a programmer.
Maybe the people in the chat might know.
Maybe.
Or can come up with better ideas than us.
Yeah, hopefully. So yeah. Patty can float, I guess, to help. So to jump across like
long distances.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt for extra speed.
The speed doesn't really matter, to be honest.
What about the speed runners?
I mean, I like speedrunning as much as the next guy. I actually genuinely do enjoy speedrunning. But the issue with that, with like making a game, like a mechanic essentially for them, is like it doesn't really have much use besides for speedrunners. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that Matt can hit things is useful. Like that, you can like get use out of that. But besides that, it's just maybe he can like hit a like a baseball that he like has, and use that to hit distant items like targets and stuff that can like unlock paths or whatever.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, sweet. I'm just trying to think of like how can we use this as a like mechanic, you know?
Yeah, I can see. I can see. Again, if anyone in the chat can use these mechanics better, or just have
Nah, don't steal our ideas. You're not allowed.
What?
You're saying they can use these ideas better now? It's like, no, these are our ideas. You can't steal them. But if you have better ideas to share, feel free. You can't see any of my hand motions because they're like mostly out of like view. They're like down here, so you can't see me going like this and this.
True. But then again, I don't think anyone wants to see the hands that constantly kept messing up grammar.
Damn, you really got me there, huh? Nah, don't tap my head.
I'll tap your head.
No.
I'm doing it right now.
I have to write. Okay. Where was I? Right. So
mechanics.
Patty and Matt. That's essentially their mechanic. But what about Mighty Grandpa? Like, how does he work?
Well, he's more like a well-rounded character. Not, kind of like I don't want to constantly keep bringing up different games because I feel like I'll end up getting repetitive.
No, that's literally fine.
All right, but it's kind of like in Super Mario Bros. 2 USA or 3D Land of World. I mean,
I'll be honest, you're way more like inverse in like different games than I am, like older games, because
Yeah.
I'm like, I know the game, I just don't know how it plays. So therefore, I don't know what your idea is for
Oh.
it.
Oh, I feel like I constantly feel like that I'm just either getting it wrong or I have
No, I literally just don't know it. You know, I'm sure you know exactly what you're talking about. I just don't.
Yeah. Anyway, we have basically in those games you have Mario, which is the well-rounded one. You know, you expect it to be the first player.
I know in general Mario jumps shorter than Luigi.
Yeah.
And that's really the only difference I know of.
Peach floats and Toad just runs fast. Yeah. You know, the basic stuff like that. The different, the make characters different. Eugene, Eugene, he definitely is a Mario. But nothing too special. Normal jumps, normal attacks even. Oh yeah, he still does wrestling moves here and there, and is the only one that I believe he's the only grappler type fighter.
I think we should add we can have him be average, but he should be the strongest character.
Oh
Like,
yeah, definitely. And the most tankiest one too.
Yeah. So not even average. He's just the tank character.
Yeah, true. I did not think of that. Yeah, he's one can deal the most damage, has the most health, and can take less damage than the others.
All right. I'll say he's the strongest physically, but he has the worst movement. So, he's slower than the other characters.
Yeah.
Not super slow because he is the first character that you play as.
Yeah, I don't want to do that to the players.
It would be kind of like really frustrating to play as like a really slow character when you first start.
Yeah, think of it like Wario from the Wario Land games.
Yeah. There's also the fact that I'm sorry, I'm like getting distracted by the side screen where OBS is on.
Anyway, you were saying?
Yeah. So the worst jumps, worst all that stuff. Not terrible, but definitely the worst. Like, he's a heavy character, and it should feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also the strongest character. When he like charges forward, it should just kill enemies. Sorry, I hit the mic full.
Yeah.
It should just kill enemies. Can hit things. I'd say his best way of moving is breaking boulders. So like boulders that are essentially impenetrable walls for everybody else are his path. But he can't reach the places that the other characters can.
I can imagine you can increase the speed only if you do a couple of moves here and there. Like,
I think the fastest way to move, because we did say I did just say
a dash attack.
Not really a dash attack. I was thinking of like I guess you could call it a dash attack. Like a dash attack where he like rams. I'll call it a dash slash ramming attack. Since
Yeah.
What would I call this? Air slam.
Yeah,
Where you're in the air and you slam down.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Because we need our basic movements.
Wheelbarrow, where he does grab his opponents and kind of like does the German suplex over like about 3 times, or once I don't know.
think it might be a bad time to say. I don't know that much about wrestling. I genuinely
honest,
I know what a suplex is. What's a wheelbarrow? I don't know what you mean.
You know,
Mhm.
basically, German suplex 3 times, like it does that to you, and then then jumps around, continues to do it over and over again.
I was just gonna say a simple grab and then jump and then hit him in like suplex him. You know, like a suplex grapple.
I feel like that's what I was trying to describe.
Okay, cool. I had no idea. um,
Also, I don't really know much about wrestling, but other than watching a few video essays here and there.
bro, I don't know if we chose the right the right theming for this game. Then it'll be fine. Um, so air slam. When you're in the air, you can slam down.
Mm-hmm.
When you're on the ground, you can dash forward slash ram enemies.
That one I'm still working on.
Mm,
Or no, we should add enemies to begin with.
we should.
Yeah.
We should have enemies. Yeah.
The only enemies I'm able to come up with is either like animals you fight in the environment, or some of the lackeys or employees
That are on the island. Yeah.
Yeah.
There could be a boss that is a wrestling animal, like a wrestling squirrel or something.
Like a mini boss.
No, I'm not sure. It could be a mini boss, but I was thinking like a full-on boss that is just a wrestler that is an animal.
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, most of the wrestlers do have, or no, some of the wrestlers do have animal theme names.
The reason we should have enemies is that if we're gonna have bosses, we kind of have to teach players how to play the game. You know, they have to have
Yeah.
experience using these mechanics.
Yeah, I actually did thought of that though. I wanted the enemies to at least, or at least many of the enemies to have like similar like mechanics or animations, fighting styles as their bosses, and have the bosses be a more amped up version of all those enemies.
Yeah, so like take the mechanics of the boss, divide it amongst each enemy as like a much weaker version.
Mm-hmm.
So if the boss like jumps around the stage, have the enemies on the stage jump around. If the boss also like I don't know,
Has a projectile attack.
yeah, have enemies that shoot projectiles but don't jump, and have the enemies that jump
Mm-hmm.
not shoot projectiles. You know,
Yeah.
but that's like basic game design essentially.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, as a way to teach players on how to fight both the enemies and the bosses without having to pause and tell you.
so uh, this is essentially the very basics of it, right?
Yeah.
Of like what we want. Um,
Oh wait, aren't we forgetting about the other playable characters or unlockable them, or are we not mentioning them?
we'll get. Honestly, I think this is already pretty ambitious, to be honest. Um, Secondly, we have to talk about level 1.
Oh wait, also, before we get to that, add robots also. I also thought of robots.
Okay. To enemies.
Yeah.
Cool. Start with animals, then fight employees, then fight robots, and then, well, fight bosses between each of these.
Mm-hmm.
So, our levels. First of all, how many levels do we want the game to have?
That one is still, again, that we're just spitballing right here.
Mm-hmm.
At best, probably 3.
3 levels?
Yeah, 3 levels between each part of the island.
That's a completely different statement than 3 levels. Okay, how many parts of the island?
You know, it's a 5.
Wait, I completely blanked on how to do math for a moment. So 15 levels?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of levels, to be honest. I was gonna say 5 levels.
You said mine was a lot.
No, like 5 total levels.
Okay.
Like one level for each like star like point of the. By the way, I'm guessing the level's a star.
The island's a star shape.
We never established that ever.
Yeah, we did.
Here.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, what? Oh, okay. Like all these things are things that have to be said and written down, you know. Do do do. So the island star shaped.
Yeah, hence the name Superstar Island.
We have some very different ideas how many levels. You're saying there should be.
3.
No, you're not saying there should be 3 levels. You're saying there should be 15 levels.
Oh.
And I think there should be 5 levels total.
All right. I mean, I'm okay to change it. Like I said, though, I'm not really sure what number to pick right here.
If we go with 5 levels, that essentially means there will be 5 bosses. We can go with 6 levels actually. One for each point, one in the center.
Yeah, I was planning on that.
So 6 levels, and 6 bosses. Each level, I guess, will be as long as we can reasonably make it, and then end in that final level.
Mm-hmm.
And each level ends with a boss, so we make 6 bosses. Yeah, honestly, I think that's probably like the best to go with. So
I can agree.
6 levels. Each level ends. We can try to add mini bosses, but that will be like a whole thing that we'd have to do.
Yeah, we could just add one secret boss. An optional one, at least.
We'll finish the actual game first for that.
Anything else?
Well, we have to talk about level 1. This is going to be our MVP, our like minimum viable product. This is the show. This is what we're going to show. Hey, here's our idea. This is what we're thinking. It's a minor thing, not too much. And here's what we want to do. So, level 1, obviously, game starts with a cutscene. In the cutscene, what happens? This is essentially how people are getting introduced into the game and what they have to do.
That one is pretty easy, actually. I have thought a lot how that goes.
Okay, talk about it.
Eugene, aka Mighty Grandpa, lives in a forest. During his days, lumberjacking, living in nature and all that stuff. His grandkids come for their spring vacation. To spend their spring with him, hoping it was gonna be a great time. Until, well, like I said, like old enemies from the past show up. Ends up jumping them, knocking out Grandpa, kidnapping Matt and Patty. Wait hours later, I almost said years. Grandpa waking up, seeing the note that was there, and seeing that as a challenge for him, as well as offering his grandkids, or friending his grandkids, like he's uncommon, all that stuff. And in a note, in the back of the note though, there's also the address of where to go, where to find Superstar Island. And he does end up going. In case you're wondering, the parents left their kids with Eugene. Mostly for like a spring vacation for themselves also. So that also explains why you won't see them.
Okay.
So yeah, Eugene gets on a boat, travels to Superstar Island, and readies his adventure. And that's as best I could explain the beginning plot.
Okay, perfect. I essentially wrote down the cutscene. I'm almost done. So when he finds a letter. What a terrible start to a vacation.
Yeah, for the grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mighty Grandpa. I figured he's not exactly happy about it.
No, he's not. He really isn't. I wish the best way I can describe his reactions is, again, to bring up Pizza Towers like that. It's like with Peppino. Yeah, how he forgot his restaurant was gonna get destroyed by some giant pizza. Only in Grandpa's case is it's his grandkids. He has to go and save them.
Okay.
Granted, his expressions aren't as well.
They're not gonna be that crazy.
Yeah.
But
would
you like to show off the art?
I guess.
Because we do have some concept art, a little bit of for Mighty Grandpa.
Yeah, and a little bit of the characters here and the other characters. It's not perfect, but nor is it finished. I will show this. I'll stick to the ones that I have finished though. That being the character himself, Mighty Grandpa. Can I see it?
We can put it up closer. All right. This is various Mighty Grandpa stuff in motion.
I don't see the...
Making sure that you can actually see him. Sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I could see though. The art style's gonna be based on old-fashioned cartoons.
Yeah.
Like Popeye, Felix the Cat.
We're essentially going Cuphead style, although we're not gonna be doing nearly as extreme, like full, like the type of animation there.
Yeah,
I don't think so. At least I hope not, because oh my god, that would take years.
It's more like a in between of Cuphead and Pizza Tower. That's the best way I could describe.
That's pretty animated, to be honest. But you're in charge of that, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Game starts a little select screen. Level 1. So.
Yeah.
What will be level 1? Okay, so. Okay. We actually have to discuss a couple things. We have to talk about the final boss now, so that we can talk about... Should I make the text on the screen bigger, just so you guys can have an easier time seeing it?
Probably.
I don't know how it looks for you guys. It's a little blurry, actually.
It is blurry.
At least...
I can't even see it. I'm not clear.
At least from what I can see on my thing. That's unfortunate. So that means you guys have essentially been having to strain your eyes to see anything we're saying.
Wait, I am so sorry.
There we go. Just make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, okay, it seems better.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that. So, the final boss.
Okay.
Who are they?
Well, an old mafia family that Eugene and old friends have dealt with back in their younger days.
That is not what I expected at all. But okay, I'm down.
Yeah, during the game you're gonna end up learning more about Grandpa himself, his backstory, what his life was.
I thought before that the big bad was gonna be like an old friend of his.
Oh, it is.
They're the same person?
Yeah.
I thought they were a wrestler. Is he also a wrestler? Like a wrestling mafia guy?
No, he is more like a manager. He's more of a manager to the other wrestling guy that you do fight.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Cool. So the big bad is a mafia boss who Eugene and what, his buddies beat up or what? Why is he after him?
What? Mainly revenge for ruining his career, for ruining their business and all that stuff. And their crime organization, along with his old wrestler partner Tiger D, and his wife, Mary.
Tiger D. I thought that was the big bad.
No,
because that's supposed to be like what, Eugene's old friend,
brother actually.
Brother. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You're talking about all these lore, and I have no idea where it's even going. Because like, you gotta share these things so we can write them down and we can know.
I mean, hey, we could do this. We could do that for the next stream.
We have like 2 hours left. We have 2 hours. We can get through it here. We better get through it here.
You good?
My nose suddenly smells like blood.
What the heck?
I'm not bleeding. That's worrying.
I don't know what to say about that.
I'm not spelling Eugene right.
Really?
Yeah. So the big bad is a mafia boss who wants revenge on Eugene. Does he also want revenge on Tiger D?
Tiger D was reported dead though. Way back in their past.
Okay. Because he ruined their mafia business?
Yeah, they were also in charge. They were also owners of the wrestling thing that Eugene and his brother Tiger D were doing.
The wrestling league.
Yeah, but we're doing some illegal stuff underneath. That they eventually discovered and foiled. With the cost of Tiger D's life. Although, our question mark though, because in the game though, one of the people that did knock Eugene out was wearing a Tiger D costume.
Okay. They found out the mafia was mafioing. Was being
Mafioing. Bless you.
Excuse me. They found that the mafia was in charge of the league.
Yeah.
And
as well as other crimes like, well, the black market.
yeah, they were a mafia. We
Yeah.
found out that they were a mafia.
Oh,
And took them down.
yeah.
The supposed cost of Tiger D's life. Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me so much. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Can you get me a tissue?
All right.
Thank you. At the supposed cost of Tiger D's life. One of the figures
Oh, and Mary somewhere. But I don't know the place there.
is Tiger D. Though people obviously won't know unless they've seen the streams and have seen the game development. It's supposed to be a surprise. Although, whether it is or not is debatable. Okay, what else do we need to talk about? So, we have the story. We have the very basics of our mechanics.
Here's your napkin. Brought double. The double D's. I don't even know what that means, actually. I don't know why I said that.
You really shouldn't have said that.
What does it stand for, Tiger D?
It stands for like large breasts.
I think I'd rather prefer it stand for Tiger D.
Okay, all right. I.
Tiger.
No, stop. We're moving on. First time.
What? I don't think
We
I'm thinking like that.
Okay, we're moving on. Either way, we're moving on. Right, back to talking. The first time we see a bold, the players taught
How to play the game?
how to do like a charge, like a wind up.
Yeah, something like that.
For the tutorial like stuff, what are we doing? Are we gonna have signs that are up there like, hey, you can press X to do this, or is there gonna be diegetic, as in, is there gonna be like an in-game explanation, or is it just gonna be like pop-ups that say, hey, this is how you do this?
Honestly, I want to try to teach the gamers how to play the game without stopping them. Or on a track that doesn't explain them. You know.
I mean, it's standard fare to just have like little signs that you don't have to interact with and just like appear.
Yeah, that works too, though.
Okay. But okay, so now we know who the final enemy is. So we know. So is the final boss the mafia guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm just calling him Mafia Man. Final boss.
Yeah, I haven't quite figured out a name for the guy.
Mafia boss. That's his name. For now. So we kind of have to build everything around this idea.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say the fifth boss would probably be Tiger D. Right?
Yeah.
Because the idea is that, I don't know, did Tiger D get like mind controlled, or did you just decide to join the bad side? What's this whole thing?
Honestly, there, there, there may be 3 or 2 ways I wanted to go with it. Either he was mind controlled, but by a mafia man, and ends up fighting against his brother, or or option 2, I don't know if this is the right term, but ends up pulls kind of like a proto man and kind of like helps both sides.
For some reason.
Yeah. And the third option, either have Grandpa constantly guessing whether the man behind the mask is his brother
Or somebody who's using his costume.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. We'll get to that, I guess. So the first boss. This is important. This is the first major enemy. I'm thinking we could probably also have it be Tiger D.
All right.
And you fight him, but you win, but you don't like capture him. He
Yeah.
gets away. Then you fight all the other bosses in the game, and then you get to the fifth boss, which is Tiger D again.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like what I'm thinking right now. And that starts the mystery of, is this my brother Tiger D? Or is this an imposter?
That's playing Tiger D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
now we have to just actually talk about level 1. Because this is very important. This is where the basic mechanics are going to be introduced. Of running, jumping, punching.
Sure.
Which are pretty much all the mechanics.
Yeah.
Is he going to have a double jump? No, right?
No.
No, okay.
I do like your idea with the signs, though. I think that's the best way we can do it. As of right now.
So, this is a little thing that this was just me testing 2D in Unreal. Obviously, this isn't who we are.
That was a foxy grandpa.
Obviously, this isn't actually Grandpa. This is just
No,
a fox taking
saw-
his place.
You saw what he looked like before. Unless you skipped.
Yeah. So, this is figuring out how all the basic movements. So you start on a level like this one.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably put a wall on the left. A wall that you can't just jump over like this one. Walk right.
Or go back to the boat that you ride on. I'm just saying that'll be neat.
The fact that the camera moves every time you move is a little
Jarring.
It's not the best. Oh my goodness.
Would you rather have the character move slightly to the right, and then have the camera move?
Yeah, when the player moves more
Towards the right.
like doing this doesn't move the camera, but doing this does.
I see.
Like that's how like movement is in like the first Mario game. Pretty sure it's the first Mario game. The camera doesn't start moving until you've moved sufficiently, essentially. And it like locks on to like certain parts of the map and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. Honestly, this is the type of movement I imagine for Grandpa, although except he's slightly slower than that.
We can change his speed pretty easily.
Yeah.
So move forward, and then
Yeah. I think he's going for a jog, to be honest.
so game starts.
Mm-hmm.
There on the left, And at the top of the, I can't see anything I'm doing.
Yeah.
You can't even see my mouse up here. Okay, so like here, where I'm like my mouse is showing.
I'm pretty sure they can.
Yeah, they can see it now because I'm like, right. I'm holding right. Is like WASD showing, hey, you can move and do stuff. And then they move forward, see a sign that's telling them that when they get close to it, it shows them like a little pop up message that so they don't have to interact with the sign; they can just walk past it.
It'll be. Can we make that one like a TV screen or a poster, a wrestling poster that explains it?
Sure.
Like you could have the referee girl be the one broadcasting this.
That heavily changes like the setting of level 1, but that's fine. We didn't really have an idea for what level 1 should look like. So the idea is essentially what level 1 is a.
I like that. It's kind of weird. Like most, you're like a grass type / beach level. In a weird way, because you do arrive in a boat though, at the shores, at the docks.
Where the poster's gonna be?
I can imagine. That is a good question. You're either on the trees or on a few buildings you pass by with some of the people.
Yeah, that's fine. Posters on trees that.
Or some man-made signs.
Yeah, signs probably make the most sense because it is a beach. There are actually like signs put into the beach.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I like the idea of posters, but one of the levels definitely has to be like an actual fight, like wrestling arena.
Mm-hmm.
Like with people cheering, some an
Yeah.
announcer girl saying stuff, being like, "And I'm the left corner."
Yeah. She wants to bring the hype.
Yeah. Which would definitely be very entertaining.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, wait, are we still talking about the first level though?
Yeah, we're still talking. Oh, well, that probably is going to be a different level. But level 1 is probably just the beach. Getting onto the island.
Yeah. Yeah, you start. Oh, I can imagine you start off small, fighting. At least fighting off some drunk people. Enemies.
Okay.
That aren't that much of a big threat. They teach you on how you could do the mechanics.
Enemies are what? Just drunk people?
Yeah.
That's kind of hilarious. Why is he fighting them?
Self-defense.
They attack him?
Yeah. I mean, he's old, so he's the victim.
His muscles. They might put his muscles and disagree.
His counter argument: they were drunk and trying to attack him.
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Enemies are drunk visitors. Who are, I guess are island visitors who are attacking them.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess that's all the enemies. We'll probably have different types of drunk enemies.
Yeah. Ones that probably try to copy what they see on TV. Hence, you would still get that.
Drunk stumblers.
Yeah.
Walk back and forth. So these guys is a little unjustified in attacking them.
Yeah.
Because they're just walking back and forth. And they just happen to hurt you if you walk into them.
Yeah.
But what can you do? Gotta give them a good old wallop.
Mm-hmm.
Drunk. Okay, I guess this is... Now we're getting into...
Drunk whalers.
Again, give us a moment. Now we're getting into
Yeah.
how Tiger D is gonna fight in level 1 and eventually level 5. Because as we said, we want the enemies to show off how the boss fights.
Mm-hmm.
So walking back and forth, whatever, that's pretty generic. I feel like every level we're gonna have enemies
Tiger
like that.
D serves as a contrast to Grandpa himself. You know how we describe how he plays and all that stuff.
Slow, strong.
Yeah, heavy. So
Tiger D is
fast, nimble.
okay.
Doesn't leave too much damage though, but his speed and mobility makes up for that.
Drunk chargers. Charge forward. You know, like to grapple.
Yeah. I can see that.
But these drunk ones are like, whoa.
Yeah.
Clearly have no idea what they're doing. Like trying to think of how this would go, because
what about drunk hoppers? I do imagine Tiger D doing a few jumps here and there.
yeah, but like, what kind of hops could the enemies do that would make sense when we get to the boss?
That is true though. I was kind of thinking of having them be a little short, be on a short side, being all hot. Should we make this one an animal actually?
Oh, we could. You're so right. We got stuck on the humans.
At first, I was thinking of rabbits, but that didn't make quite sense. Why would there be rabbits right there?
We could have, because I'm thinking like Tiger D jumps like to a wall, and then boom. We could have squirrels that like jump from trees down at you.
Oh yeah. I like that. That makes sense.
So, and honestly, I think that's pretty good for like a basic idea of, you know, level 1. 3 types of enemies. We'll probably make more as we get ideas. The boss, his moveset is essentially charge forward, jump onto a wall, and then launch himself at you. And yeah, that's it.
I mean,
throw a chair. I don't know. Maybe that could be another enemy.
Yeah, simple, but
yeah,
but effective at least.
So, is there anything else we need to talk about?
I think. What about if he tries to grab? No, I was gonna say like try to tackle you or grab onto you, but then I realized the jumping one with the squirrels and stuff. So never mind.
Like, I mean, the charge forward.
The only other attack I'm thinking of is the down strike or a slide attack.
I mean, yeah, I guess giving him one move that isn't like others don't have is fine. Or just have a drunk enemy who, like, slips and falls.
Yeah.
Slip and slide forward.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger D boss charges forward. So the idea is if the drunk grapplers grab you, they just hold you in place for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's mostly annoying, but they do damage while grabbing you.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger D, he charges forward
And squeezes you?
to grapple. No, he does your own move,
Oh.
where he goes into the air and then brings you down with like a suplex.
Oh. I see.
I don't even think that's called a suplex at that point. If he like jumps into the air, because I don't know. I don't think that's
I
possible.
think that's more like I forgot what they do, but or don't know the name of it. But when wrestlers kind of like use those rubber bands on the rings,
No, that's not even what I'm thinking about.
really.
Like it's like doing a backflip with you and then slamming you head first into the ground.
All right.
So again, clearly we don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we gotta look up some of these names. What are the moves that we're talking about?
What's gonna be the boss ring, like arena? Is it like a wrestling ring, or is it gonna be?
I can imagine an old beat up one though, or one that's one that's like made by the visitors, just to group around on.
Level ends in a beat up wrestling ring. Are they all gonna end up in a wrestling ring? It can. It's fine.
I can imagine some at the audience though.
Yeah. Ends up in a beat up wrestling ring. Cage comes down. The thing that locks you in the boss fight is the cage. It just.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I was gonna originally use that as for the more later bosses, like the final boss or something, but we can go a bit more extreme. Let's just say the final boss will have like a flaming cage or spike cage match.
I don't know, we'll see. Jumps on to the rope. Gets.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Latches onto the cage wall.
Alright.
And launches himself at you.
Alright.
All the other enemies, when they do stuff, they
It's a weaker or sloppier version of Tiger D.
Yeah, and even when they succeed, it's like worse. When he does it, he's gonna launch himself at you and take you down like side swipe you. So knocking you to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like those comparison videos when you see like some beginner or / amateur doing a move that you see on TV, then you see a professional do it, and you can see the difference.
And then he also just ground slides.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think that's a decent. Those are good. That's good right now for a first boss.
Indeed, I would very much agree. Well, dang, we got through that honestly much faster than I expected. There's not really much else to talk about, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what about the rest of the bosses though?
I mean, sure, yeah, we can go through them. Uh,
We might end up changing this later on in development.
mm-hmm.
Who knows?
It is what it is, and I'm pretty happy with what it is.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
I do want the bosses to reflect, to be reflections, or a side of Eugene himself.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like for example, like seeing one of the bosses the as a dark reflection of himself, or the type of person he could have become. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, all right, that makes sense.
And I want the and the boss. And as for the other bosses, though, I wa- I also took some inspiration from Punch Out's bosses, as I wanted to make them memorable for the limited screen time they will get.
Yeah.
But I still also wanted to make sure that during their levels, though, that they'll get hyped up as possible, like in the background or when you're entering the level.
Okay.
Even like minor stuff like background graffiti or something, or posters that are biased towards them or trash talks you.
That's fun. Uh, so let's focus on the reflection thing first.
Yeah.
Because then we can build up the character and their personality around that. So Tiger D, what does he represent?
Huh?
A connection to his past?
Yeah.
Okay. Or past regrets.
Yeah. I think that works better. As he
Regrets.
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 As Eugene never really forgave himself that he couldn't save his brother at the age of 30.
So Tiger D is past regrets. The mafia boss is his actual past coming back to haunt him.
Yeah.
The second boss will be what?
That that what I'm trying to figure out though. Eugene, he is a humble guy.
Mm-hmm.
Not not someone that likes to boast about what he can do and all that stuff.
So what? Should the second one be a prideful guy?
Probably. I was thinking I did came up with some boss names like Thunder Joe. Like that could be the guy right there. Well, the second boss you fight.
Thunder Joe.
Yeah. Someone that moves as fast as lightning, untouchable in the ring. Or as he proclaims.
Okay. So prideful, rich.
Yeah.
This is a different one. Because yet clearly he gave up his life as a wrestler and the money that comes with it.
Yeah.
And then he's lived this very humble life in the forest, away from everything.
Yeah.
This guy would never get it, or person. I don't know. We'll think about who they are, what they are later. And then the fourth boss.
Yeah. That's the fifth boss you're on. Oh.
I know. I was just writing that. Fourth boss. I don't know what they could represent. He's humble, so we fight somebody who's prideful. He is
Facing his past.
relatively.
Eugene is also a hard worker. But I feel like the rich one already covers that.
No.
Or no?
This is like a celebrity, I think. He would be like they would be like a celebrity. The lazy one could be the first one, the second boss.
Alright. I was also gonna say he does have a gentleman side to him. Eugene.
I don't think we should make a boss out of that though.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I wanted to add like a cheater.
The prideful one could be the cheater.
All right.
Now, do you mean like he cheats in wrestling,
I
or like in relationships?
the first one cheats.
Okay.
Cheats in wrestling. Only when his speed isn't enough.
And that makes sense. He's prideful. When his bows start sounding hollow, he's like, "Oh, well, now I have to defend my pride."
Another reason why it's called Thunder Joe. He packs in some tasers. Enough to stun his opponents.
We'll make him the good. Okay. I think he'll be a good third boss. Second boss is lazy and probably envious, because
despite Eugene like losing a lot of stuff in his past, though, he is grateful.
I say envious because no, for the second boss, because Eugene was successful. He worked hard and succeeded. And the second boss, they continue to be a wrestler, but even as a wrestler, they're not successful because they're lazy. But they don't understand that it's their own laziness that's holding them back. So they're envious of people who are successful. They hate Thunder Joe and the fourth boss, but they still work under him because he wants to continue down this path that he's just not working hard enough to be in.
Yeah, but thinks he just take the easy way.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, I could see that. I still kind of want to add a secret not final boss, secret option boss they do face.
Who would they be?
That being Fred. One of the people in the audience that Eugene had to deal with in his past, who is not, I guess he could represent present, or the angry obsessed fans, because he does. But in game people call him Big Fred, or Big Fat Fred, because the guy is ginormous. Even as a kid, he was almost the size of Eugene himself.
We'll call him Big Fred.
Yeah. And he represents one of those wrestling fans that are way too into the show, to the point where he even jumps in himself.
Which you really should not be doing.
Yeah, he knocks out the referees though, and you end up facing him anyway.
My goodness, I can't spell at all today. Cool. So Secret Boss, Big Fred.
Yeah.
He will wallop you.
Yeah. And he returns later as a middle-aged adult that you face, and he's still mad at you for
for what, quitting?
Yeah, or humiliating him in that ring. You didn't quite fight him though. I don't really know.
When you accomplish the things needed to fight Big Fred,
yeah,
there's like a cutscene showing the past of how you fought him.
Yeah,
which I think is probably very funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does have a son though, Big Fred Jr. Only difference is he wears a red shirt instead of a green shirt.
Oh, it's a red shirt. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's practically a whole different person.
Yeah. And you do meet and he does show up later after you defeat his father. Only to find he thought it was gonna be a sweetheart ending, only to find out that he's just like his father.
Oh God, he's just the worst.
Yeah. Think of one of those characters or that father-son duo where where bad is good, but good is bad.
I see.
Yeah,
That's all you had to say, really.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, let's come up with names for these guys. So we have Tiger D, Thunder Joe, Mafia Boss.
I think I actually got a few of them right here in my notes.
Oh yeah, pull them up.
All right, give me a sec. Gotta find it.
If you have any other notes
There
about
we go.
Mighty Grandpa,
Wait, no, wrong one.
cool.
There it is. Really? Okay, talk about something else while I'm going through this.
I mean, else is there to talk about? Honestly. So we talked about level 1. Talk about Tiger D, the enemies. What type of game
Oh,
it
there
is?
it is.
What Unreal Engine, the story.
Yeah, it's not much though, but there's Thunder Joe. Wait, you passed you.
What is this? Oh, I see. Oh no, I was just looking at what this is. Like this document. This is like not very efficient, to be honest. Oh my god. Squeaker's the Wonder Squirrel.
How did that get there?
I mean, it's there.
Wait, he's not in the boss category.
I know, but he's there. I just remembered. We haven't even talked about them.
Their potential sequel.
I mean, all right. Don't have to. We shouldn't be planning for a sequel. We don't even know if this will be successful.
Yeah.
So, Frostbite, I think, is a really good name. I like that.
All right.
The Great Panther, Iron Max, Radical Repertoire. You can only have one.
Reptile. That was meant to be reptile.
Reptile? How did it autocorrect to?
Autocorrect sucks.
Wow. Okay. Iron Max, I don't think is good for this for the rich guy.
Yeah.
Iron is too plebeian. Thunder Joe is already taken. Frostbite's taken. The Great Panther. That could work. Radical Reptile. Nah.
Yeah.
I think the Great Panther is probably it.
True. I mean, it's the closest we got to a rich.
Yeah, we can see if we'll come up with a better name. Right now, we're only working with Tiger D, since that's level 1. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. Anything else?
So far nothing. Oh yeah, what about power ups and stuff?
True. Are we going to have power ups?
I mean, I made a whole section of them right here,
Oh my, right.
as well as facial expressions and all that stuff.
Oh, the wrist, Patty.
Yeah, I wasn't quite proud of how I drew her.
Okay. So we have a whole list of like power up ideas, I guess. I actually can't see if you guys can see this.
Yeah,
So
they can see some of it right there.
give me a moment. There you go.
Oh, that's referee girl right there.
Yeah, on the side, referee girl.
All different expressions and power ups that Grandpa will go through.
And down there is Matt and Patty. Well, an undrawn Patty.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope you guys can see that.
Yeah, we have a lot right here. That being normal Grandpa. Yeah, Grandpa that cries. Okay, let's start over right there. There's normal Grandpa, squid ink Grandpa. He's just covered in squid ink.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, cyborg Grandpa. Viking Grandpa.
So there's a lot of grandpas. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing you want power ups.
Yeah, if we can fit them.
I mean, sure, yeah. The previous game that I worked on, which, by the way, anyone's watching should check out. It's called Project Peppermint. You can find it on itch.io.
That's a pretty funny trailer.
Thank you, thank you. Uh, so power ups. That game had power ups, so I do have a good idea of how they work, how they should work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can do power ups. Uh, that's a whole list of power ups. We'll just go through them, I guess. What's the first one?
Um, probably Squid Ink Grandpa. Doesn't. I don't think I can count this one as a power up as it's just Grandpa, but it makes him slippery.
So, are these more status effects than they are power ups?
I was kind of thinking more of Wario Land, of reactionary power ups, but
What do you mean?
for example, when Wario gets on fire, gets caught on fire though, he burns up, becomes a little fast but a little uncontrollable. But there are certain blocks that you can break with Fire Wario.
So not power ups, but reactionary effects.
Yeah.
That's cool. We can go with that. So Squid Ink makes you slippery, but what? Faster?
Yeah. And harder to control though.
Yes, that's slippery. Next one.
I don't think I made many reactionary powers other than Fat Grandpa, which makes you even slower, but makes you invincible, or something like that.
That's a power up.
Yeah.
Are those the only reactionary power ups?
Probably.
I mean, that's fine. Although, personally, I feel like if we're going to have reactionary power-ups, we should probably build the whole thing around reactionary power-ups.
In that case, we could go with Happy Grandpa.
What's that?
I don't know. What does Happy do?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Wait, if this is Happy Grandpa, then what's this? The one with the sparkles and the tears?
Yeah.
Super Happy Grandpa?
No. That's what. It's like those over dramatic anime moments where, yeah.
I see. He seems like he's having a great time. And okay. Well, we'll just go through the powers. Come on, let's go.
All right, there's Biker Grandpa, the one with the shades.
What does that do?
Gives them a chain or something to latch on to foes for all that stuff.
That's a little more than a power up. That's a whole new mechanic that it would be adding. Is it like a get over here kind of thing?
I guess.
Okay, continue.
Let's see there. There's Biking Grandpa. Increases attacks and instead of his fist, he uses a warhammer. It's more like an animation change though. It does still increase his attack power.
Okay.
Or his Viking horns as a charge.
So animation change. Next.
Yeah.
Just go down the list, man. You don't gotta jump around.
All right. There's Spy Grandpa, inspired by James Bond.
Which?
Yeah. Either I want him to be invisible to enemies, or have like a laser watch or something.
Invisible is easier.
Yeah.
All these are temporary, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or that by his charm though, that they won't attack him.
Either way, he's essentially invisible to enemies.
Yeah. There's knight grandpa that dresses him up as a knight. That increases defense by 2.
By 2. What do you? We don't have stats yet.
Yeah. Samurai grandpa. Still trying to figure out what to give him other than a samurai sword.
Okay. Next.
There's winter grandpa.
Which one's winter? Ah, I see.
Yeah, just gives him a coat. Nah, again, not really sure what to do with that one.
Okay.
Army grandpa. Honestly, again, I don't really have much ideas for.
That's fine. We'll just keep going down them.
Then there's Doctor Grandpa. His beard is shaped like a cross almost.
Kind of, yeah.
And he has French fries for hair.
Kind of, yeah.
Big Grandpa, we already mentioned. It makes him
nothing for.
No, I was gonna say temporary invincibility.
I said nothing for Doctor.
Oh. Yeah, I got nothing for Doctor.
All right, so we got Big Grandpa,
and
then we got
Cyborg Grandpa that turns him into part cyborg.
Anything for that? No.
It could increase his jumping, via jetpack, or make him do an air dash.
Okay.
Or a longer, if not infinite. Well, no, not infinite. Like dash attack.
Increase jump / air dash. Okay, next.
And oh yeah, then there's Fighter Grandpa. That's supposed to be a reference to Street Fighter.
Got it.
And yeah, I think that's it.
What does Fighter do?
Honestly, most likely just make him shoot Hadoukens.
We'll see about that, I guess.
Or do a Shoryuken.
Those are all a lot of different mechanics to add.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll see if they're added to level 1. Interesting.
Yeah, this was very early in development.
I mean, that's kind of the point of conceptualization.
Yeah.
Because this is us putting things to paper, getting ideas down, knowing what we want to do. And I think, honestly, this did it. We know pretty well what we want now, how we're going to be doing it. Sweet. Okay, cool. Is there anything else we should talk about?
Oh yeah, what about the NPCs? The people we get to talk to that aren't enemies.
Okay.
Do we have like hub or at least safe places to go? Like in the corners of each star, there's like a village.
That's a good question. We could also just have safe, like friendly and like safe areas throughout like a level, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Areas where enemies don't wander at all, and there's just like an NPC standing there, or like a couple, you know? Because I mean, for the beach, you are just fighting your way through a beach, so you could just have people that aren't like apparently dead drunk, who are just
like
there.
Island visitors.
Mm-hmm.
Like would make sense though. They're still trying to make a show.
What?
Wait, I thought that's what the mafia guy was doing.
Okay, I didn't know that. This is why you gotta say all the details, you know, because I had no idea what you're talking. I'm like, what?
I can imagine he would still want to make a profit out of this by getting by having tickets, having all these island visitors, that you said. So I just assumed.
Yeah, we gotta communicate things. Assuming makes an ass out of you and me.
Not as much as you have been for this whole bit of stream.
What? I've been nothing but kind. I can't believe you said that. And a show is being made on the island.
Yeah.
And okay.
Yeah.
So level 1 NPCs.
A girl and her cat out fishing.
You can interact with them?
Yeah.
Why?
Just because. That plus I can imagine they have stories on their own.
I mean, yeah. I was thinking we're gonna have NPCs. If we're gonna have NPCs, we should have at least one that continues that we meet through every level. That's only 5. And then every other NPC should be like there on that one level, just doing whatever, I guess. You know, maybe having a nice time.
I was actually planning not to be referee girl herself.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfect. I assume we don't just only meet her at the wrestling arena, like ring at the end of the level.
No, she takes multiple jobs actually.
Oh, she's our Larry from Gumball then.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that works. That's fine. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I even wanted to be to play a joke actually where when Grandpa keeps recognizing her but can't tell whether or not they're the same person or if she has twins or something.
Yeah, it's the same person.
Yeah.
Which is impressive. So, where did I put here?
Oh yeah, her name's Cassie, by the way. I gotta do
How do I spell that?
Cassie. I thought it would be like CASY.
Cassie. Okay. Cassie. I can't spell at all today. I don't even.
Yeah, this is why I said you're the ass.
That's mean. That's very mean of you to say.
I'm sorry. No, legit, I am.
It's alright. It's alright. Cassie, referee girl. Yeah. Level 1 NPCs are okay.
I can imagine it's actually going. Imagine a theme right there.
Girl in a catfishing.
Also young mechanic.
Why? What are they doing on the beach?
Now they're on other parts of the island.
This is level 1. This is that I'm talking about, beach.
Oh yeah, never mind then.
Girl in her catfishing.
Yeah, I mean, she has a cat though. She has to feed it fish.
Mm-hmm. Now, you know what? We'll come up with other ones more later. I was kind of hoping to stream for like
3 hours.
3 hours, but I'll be real.
I think we have been streaming for 3 hours. No wait.
No. It's like 2 hours.
Right.
Almost 2 hours. And I think that's fine. It's about to be 3:20 a.m. So, and I'm planning to stream again at like 4 in the afternoon. So, yeah. I guess that's enough of that, guys. Thank you for watching.
Is, will I be in the stream again or not?
No, probably not. I'm going to be working on the game at that point.
Fair.
So, as I was saying, thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more, like, comment, subscribe. If you're on Twitch, subscribe, maybe. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe. That costs like nothing.
He really needs it.
Please. And come back later at 6. Because, yeah, that's when I'm going to be.
Said 4.
Oh my god. You're so right. At 4. Maybe watch me work on the game. Judge me and my ability to use Unreal Blueprint, and get things done. And yeah, have a good one.
See ya.
Adios. That's not OBS.
That went a lot better than I expected.
The stream isn't over.